Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is June 6th, 2023. And so, since it's Tuesday, we're going to continue on with our Worship the King devotion. Today, the topic is rights and responsibilities, right? It's coming from Jeremiah 2. The key verse is 17, Jeremiah 2:17, but I'm going to read Jeremiah 2:11 through 19. And we're going to talk about rights and responsibilities today. So, Jeremiah 2. Verses 11 through 19 says, "Has any nation ever traded its gods for new ones, even though they are not gods at all? Yet my people have exchanged their glorious God for worthless idols. The heavens are shocked at such a thing and shrink back in horror and dismay, says the Lord. For my people have done two evil things. They have abandoned me, the fountain of living water, and they have dug for themselves cracked cisterns that can hold no water at all. Why has Israel become a slave? Why has he been carried away as plunder? Strong lions have roared against him, and the land has been destroyed. The towns are now in ruins, and no one lives in them anymore. Egyptians, marching from their cities of Memphis and Tahpanhes, have destroyed Israel's glory and power, and you have brought this upon yourselves by rebelling against the Lord your God, even though he was leading you on the way. What have you gained by your alliances with Egypt and your covenants with Assyria? What good to you are the streams of the Nile or the waters of the Euphrates River? Your wickedness will bring its own punishment." That was Jeremiah chapter 2, verses 11 through 19. And the key verse today, talking about rights and responsibilities, is from Jeremiah 2, verse 17, which says, "Have you not brought this on yourselves by forsaking the Lord your God when he led you in the way?" We're a society of victims. That's what happens when a culture emphasizes human rights over human responsibilities. Both are important, but one without the other has tragic consequences. Focusing on responsibility to the exclusion of rights ultimately results in slavery. Focusing on rights to the inclusion of responsibility, results in the society that we have. Everything is always somebody else's fault. God won't let us get away with that kind of attitude. He loves us too much to allow us to think our brokenness comes to us in spite of our innocence. No, we live in a fallen world, and all of us have deepened the fall. We don't just bear the effects of sin, we've inflicted them from time to time. We live in a climate of rebellion because we've been rebels ourselves. In one way or another, everyone has forsaken the Lord who would have led us in the way we should go. We like to point our fingers at those who are worse sinners than we are, and we can find plenty of evidence that some people exhibit more depravity than others, but the Bible never really invites us to do that. It's always reminding us of our part in the fall, rarely, if ever, lamenting that all those other people have messed up the world for us. That doesn't mean that all suffering is at our own hands. It does, however, mean that all suffering comes from the condition of a fallen world, a condition that we've helped create. Finger pointing is never allowed in God's kingdom unless we also place ourselves in the path of the pointer. God knows we aren't all blatantly idolatrous rebels. Most of us who believe in the gospel have a heart that longs for Him. Even so, we should never get to the point of thinking that our heart is beyond rebellion or temptation, and we should never cease to follow the one who leads the way for you and who is jealous for your love. We must live as a citizen of the kingdom of righteousness, not as a citizen of the society of victims. And the quote today is from Samuel Rutherford, and it says, "Pray for a strong and lively sense of sin. The greater the sense of sin, the less sin there is." Pray for a strong and lively sense of sin. The greater the sense of sin, the less sin there is. That's all I got today. You guys take care.